Every time I post something about Ghost Town here or on Reddit, one game keeps coming up, Red Matter 2. We know it's got great graphics, but I decided it was time to check out, does it have the gameplay to match Ghost Town as well? And are its puzzles as intriguing as Ghost Town? And just what is that storyline like? Well, we're going to find out in this review. So Red Matter 2 is quite a different game to Ghost Town, obviously. We're set here out in space, and in actual fact, we're playing the part of some
how
Russians.
About that? Fits like a glove, huh? You can operate the grippers by squeezing the triggers to grab and manipulate objects. Use them to open the sliding doors in front of you.
So if you're liking our content, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe by using your flippers. And one thing I would say is the control system, obviously using these controllers, is a little bit different. Like here, where we had to get something and pull it towards you. I struggled a little bit to solve out how to do that. I could point at it, but I couldn't seem to do it. And then, without really knowing what I'd done there, I ducked. And I don't know how I did it. And I was pushing a few buttons, so I didn't quite solve that. And that'll come back to haunt me a little bit later on as well, not really understanding that mechanism. But I did eventually get it and be able to solve that first puzzle. And as you can see, the graphics are quite stunning. It is undoubtedly a great visual game. And here's that crouch again, where I didn't really intend to, but suddenly I've crouched and I'm now trying to figure out where I am before I realise I'm on the floor. But as it happens, I've got long enough arms that I can reach up and put that into the data port and do what I need to do with this particular terminal. So there is a lot to the gameplay. There is an immersive story going on where we have a colleague who we thought maybe was no longer with us, but we now are on the hunt for some breadcrumbs they've left us and the possibility that they're still alive. And that takes us to this base on Saturn, or in the moons of Saturn.
Told you it'd be a piece of cake.
And again, sounds, visuals, really, really good as a standalone Quest game. And we're able to just look around.
The access terminal's working, but the entrance is locked. The doors won't open.
Could Stas have done this? There must be a way.
So we do have that person in our ears who's helping us back from base. This one then presents us with a puzzle, which you have to work your way through, and I'm trying not to show any solutions as part of this review. So you can see they're quite different puzzles to, say, Ghost Town, but they were still quite challenging. Some great graphics and sounds here as we use the lift there to pop down underneath. And one of the ways we move is straight walking or a little jetpack that we have, where we can jump over things in this zero gravity with our jetpack. But even there, just the beautiful sounds, great graphics in the distance, and just really, I found this quite a challenging game. This first puzzle did stump me for quite a while, until I finally did solve. And again, I'm not going to say how I solved that, but I do eventually get my hands on what I needed to manually unlock the door. So as I'm twisting this, we can see on the graphics there that appears some things are coming down, and then you'll notice them in the side windows that they're actually coming down the lock system that was holding the door closed. So we've just got to keep turning that until we finally get it all the way down. So I found, as I say, this quite a challenging puzzle. There are a few paths you can go. I jumped off the side and onto the walk at first without realising that that lift system was there, for an example. So it is a game that presents you with plenty of options, and it can lead you down the garden path.
Worked.
Excellent. Let's get inside.
But we did eventually manage to get into the base. Whenever you enter rooms, you'll notice as they seal, there is a cleansing goes on. Of course, remnants of the Soviet influence all around the place as well. and then these little jets. Don't go and stand under those jets, which I'll do in a moment and show that you shouldn't do that. So overall, I found the gameplay was really good. I found the controls a little bit finicky and a little bit to get used to.
Yeah,
But I would say this is a game that has got me hooked in this little bit of my first playthrough, and it's one I am going to come back to and play again. So overall, I would say, is it as good as Ghost Town? I probably still lean towards Ghost Town at this stage, but I certainly accept Red Matter 2 is a very good puzzle game in its own right. So hope you've enjoyed that. Let us know what you think of Red Matter 2 in the comments below. And don't forget, of course, if you like this video or any of our other videos, give us a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm and helps get the channel to grow even quicker. But we'll see you on the next edition of Oz VR Pulse.